So if you missed the last episode, we went on that incredible run, 9 straight wins to get into La Liga, finishing in second place. And it has been a chaotic summer at the club, including a transfer ban because we had an impending takeover. We have now got a Swedish, probably a billionaire, regarded as a little bit of a tycoon, but it's nothing more than a back end. He did straight away put an extra 5 million in the transfer budget, giving us 20 million pounds to spend. Today is all about how we've set ourselves up, ready for the live stream tonight on YouTube, 9 p.m. So make sure you are subscribed, ready to see how we crack on our first season back in La Liga. Let's go and see I think it's 10 signings we have made this summer. Right, first thing, little bit of a show off. Now, I did do a competition at the start of episode 1. That competition finishes on Christmas Day because I need to make a new order at the start of January. I put a competition in about which of the 3 Malaga shirts. And here they are, the latest being, the home one has finally come, look. My boy Sanyali, who is still with us at the club. There is the home. And then we've got also the full collection now. So I think this one is the away shirt, which you've probably seen me wear a lot. Woo! And we've also got the third one. We are full Malaga now, ready to take on La Liga. Now, transfers has been interesting to say the least. We had a number of players leave quite early on in the summer. Maxime Boussi was our backup right back, wanted more game time. We signed him on a free, 500,000 gone. Pigual was just not good enough, even though he's ended up joining Las Palmas, who also got promoted. We got £1.3 million for a player that was never going to play for us. And one of the disappointing ones is Andres Caro. He's one of ours, one of our own, and wanted more game time. We couldn't give it to him. He was adamant he wanted to leave, so I had to let him leave. And look where he's gone. Albacete, someone in the lower league, division below. No real, I imagine, chances of getting into La Liga. But we'll keep our tabs on him. Maybe he'll forget about it and we can sign him back. The biggest disappointment is Pietro Pellegrini. He had a release clause of 7 mil. He had loads of Saudi Arabia clubs after him. And yeah, look, he signed 50 grand. We got 7 mil. He was worth about 15. I wouldn't have probably even sold him for 15, but there was nothing we could do with the transfer clause. We were lucky to probably get him last year. So it's better to have loved than never to have loved at all, is the saying. And, you know, you never know. Pellegrini at the age of 25, can we bring him back? Maybe. Will we outgrow him? I think yes. Payello was a really good, exciting young defender. And like Caro, because Wande and Diarra in the first season, who else? And it's John Scales, I was going to say John Scales, can't even think of his first name, came in. He didn't play much last season. Them two staying fit and he didn't play much. I think he would have turned into a pretty decent defender for us. But he is now 23. How much of those technicals would have moved on, I'm not too sure. Liam Scales. Now, he had a really good season for us. He's ended up joining Espanyol, who were relegated again. So he's gone to the league below, but he wanted a new contract. And it's funny because he was on £5,250 a week. He wanted over £20,000 a week. I said, no, you're not getting that. He weren't happy. He thought, right, I'm going to sell you because I can replace you. I got £4.5 million for a player that did do very well for us last season, but not even on 8 grand now. So who's laughing? Liam Scales, and we've got replacements in. Wasn't someone who I was planning on selling, but I just couldn't do with his constant nagging and whinging. And then Alfonso Herrera's gone. I had to transfer list him because I brought in a new goalkeeper. And here are our 11 new, is it 11 one? 11 new signings at a cost of 23 million. We've sold about 15, 16 million. So we've got an outlay of just over 10. Look, we're in really good financial position here. If we could, we're getting like 56 million for just being in the league. We have got, look at that, 72 million pounds. Obviously, that's going to go down quite drastically. We're well under our wage budget as well. Well under the budget that we had to have this season for the league. So obviously, the thing that Barcelona keep failing on is that they need to get people under their own salary cap. Our salary cap is been set at 475 and we're only at 300, so plenty of room to grow. So the biggest outlay was actually for a player, a position that we didn't necessarily need, but he was transfer listed. So for you people that are wondering what the series is about in terms of transfers, I'm only allowed to use this player search for free transfers, so players that have been released and players on the transfer list and loan list. He was on the transfer list. I think maybe because Huesca have probably been, they're in the second division still. But what a goalkeeper to have in terms of like an upgrade. Still 28, like he'll be with us for the next hopefully 5 seasons. Spanish as well. I've really tried to bring in a really good Spanish core. Out of the 11 signings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are Spanish. So I just want to make sure that we don't lose that Spanish feel to the squad. Second one in is a player that I'm not familiar with at all. He's at Crystal Palace. He's actually at Lecce at the start of 2023. Really good, aggressive, really good. I thought we need a really good physical profile because we're going to do a lot, probably more stuff without the ball. A little bit of an all-rounder. We've sort of like alternated the roles in the midfield. We've gone back to the 2 sitters with a Volante and a roaming playmaker this time. He can do all the kind of roles in those sort of like central midfield positions. So a really good pickup to have. 5.5 million, Mateus Sul. Now we've obviously got Villadrez on that right hand side, but this boy I think is an upgrade. 6 foot as well, so really good physical profile. Physicals are not bad. There's a fair few 14s in there, but dribbling 15, crossing, corners good, first touch good, passing good, technique good, work rate as well, not bad. Moves into channels, cuts inside from the right wing. Definitely an upgrade on Villadrez. Iker Bravo is in. He was on loan at Racing del Ferrol. He was the guy that scored the goal that helped us get promotion last year. He's at Leverkusen in real life. 21 goals on loan for them last year. And we've picked him up in a deal for £1.9 million. He's broken his leg, unfortunately. We have brought in another striker, but I am wanting to give him the go as being our main striker this season once he's fit. Javi Ontiveros, we tried to sign him at the start of season 2 and we couldn't because of the sort of like the wage issue that I had in the game to start with. He is Malaga youth system and he's just a really good little backup. Look, he's 29, he's cost 1.2 mil. Once again, he's probably better than Villadrez on that right-hand side as well. Can do both sides. Really comfortable. Yeah, just someone who I just wanted to bring in and help bolster the squad. And then a little bit of a wild card. I have like no idea what the hell I'm going to call him. If you could kind of spell it out for me in the comments below, that would be great. I'm kind of going for Iquimesi. But basically, he's 6'5". We got him from Serie A, Salernitana. He's there summer signing. He's looked like he's been around like Nigeria and he's got to move into Europe. He's only 25, so he's still maybe got a little bit of growth to do, but he's got a lot of things that I like. Like, his finishing isn't too bad. 13s, technique, 11s passing, but his physicals are good. Jumping reach 15 with heading of 14. He's not started too well. He scored 2 goals in the same game, and then he's had a 6.3, 6.6, 6.2, 6.5. So that's a worry. That is a worry. But he's going to be number 2 when Iker Bravo is back fit. And then into the free transfers, we've got Suat Sadar. I thought we need to upgrade in the midfield. A really good holding midfielder. He's with us on a 3-year deal, but only 19 grand. I think potentially he won't see out those 3 years, but a good all-rounder, good stamina. Look, if he does stay with us for the duration of those 3 years, it won't be the end of the world because he's got a good physical profile to last over those 3 seasons. My boy, he's one of my favourite players, one of my favourite real-life players as a sort of like a Bilbao fan as my Spanish team. Legend, been with them for, ever. Since his debut by the looks of it, in 2009. He's now 33. Not bad. Obviously, physical's not the worst. He's done a decent start for us. He's got himself injured, unfortunately, but he has already scored 2 goals, and he's playing on that left-hand side, kind of rotating with Dele Alli, and he does look tremendously well. There is some very, very good technicals and mentals in there. 4,700 a week, 1-year deal. He'll probably retire at the end of the season. His staff attributes don't look bad either, so potentially my number 2 next season. And then Nicola Morrow was one of our early signings. I thought at some point we need to bring in players. He's come in, he's done average. He's probably not going to be a guaranteed starter every week, but someone potentially could maybe look at moving on. He's got a good physical profile as well. 6 foot, decent physicals, decent mentals, vision, teamwork, good passing. So really good in either of those 2 midfield roles. Will Fish. I'm trying to avoid English players. Like, if you go onto the loan list, it's just like all teams in the Premier League putting all their players out on loan. But I did think he was an exceptional talent. 17 heading, 15 marking, passing's good, tackling's good, good physicals, good pace as well. 23 years old, a really good player. The former Manchester United youth graduate. And last one we've brought in, just to add, because we lost Liam Scales. The plan wasn't to lose Liam Scales, but because he wanted to go, I thought, right, let's bring someone in. This is a guy that I loved. picking up as like a 16, 17-year-old back in the day. He's at Aston Villa now. We've got him on loan. We'll try and make the move permanent, I think. He had a bit of a mare in the opening game of the season, cost us 2 goals in the heavy defeat to Villarreal, which we'll talk about in a bit. It's an expensive loan fee for the season. We're just kind of gauging how good he's going to be, but I do think that he could be another, once again, a Spanish player that we'll try and get in next season. That is all the transfers, which means our squad is looking exceptionally stacked, especially in the attacking areas. We've still got Zungia, who couldn't go. Eddie Salcido, I decided to keep and not sell. We didn't have much interest in him as well. We still got Ali. Villadres signed a new deal. You know, at the back, we've got obviously the goalkeeper situation started. We've got 2 left-backs, which really stacked in midfield. Lucas Senyali is still there as well, but he is now 31 years old, unlikely to sign another deal. Queen is still there, but we'll probably try and move him on. And Bok, we've tried to sell as well in the summer because of the strength in debt. But we're stacked. Basically, we are stacked. And our league form is this. We started the season by getting beat 5-1 by Villarreal. It was 1-1. Joan Gonzalez scored 1-1 until the 61st minute. We had Alvaro Carrillo sent off just before halftime. An absolute killer. And then the game changed. I tried to not chase it a little bit. We went defensive for the last 15 and they still managed to score a 92nd minute there, Bertrand Diaz scoring. But I did think we were better than what the results showed. Girona away. Messi scored 2 goals, 17 and 50. They equalised twice on 18 and 73. My only worry being that Girona is probably going to be those teams down near the bottom of the league. But on the third attempt, we did get our first win of the season. A deserved win. Icon Munian and a Matthias Sul goal give us a 2-1 win over Granada, who are likely to be down there. And then probably the biggest disappointment so far, despite taking the lead against Cadiz, we couldn't kick on. Munayin scoring, and they scored 2 second-half goals to give them a victory. And then we've just played Sevilla. We went 1-0 down, then 2-1 up, then they responded straight after. Teo and Dele Alli scoring, Dele Alli coming in for the injured Munayin, and then Moro getting sent off on 66, but we managed to hold out for the point. That puts us, guys, ahead of the stream tonight, puts us on 5 points. We need to solve that, but bearing in mind that we have conceded 5 in 1, but there's still too many goals being conceded. To try and get over that, we've changed our tactics slightly. Everything I think in the play instructions is still the same. Oh no, we've gone for a condensed block. We're really trying to condense it. We've brought it from a high press to a mid block just so we can be a little bit more compact. Similar to what I did with the Arrigo Sacchi video earlier on in the week on the channel. And then we've just moved the 2 positions. That's gone from a box-to-box midfielder down to a Volante. And the roaming playmaker's gone down from a CM to a DM. Just to give us a little bit more protection in front of the back line. Will it work? God knows. We have got some exciting games coming up. We have got Sociedad, Atletico Madrid, Levante, Valencia, Real Valladolid, and Barcelona. Winning our home games is an absolute must. Media prediction is to finish 14th. I would definitely take that. I do think we're going to have 2 seasons on kind of squad building. You know, we've had to rush through a transfer window, in particular because I couldn't make any signings during the transfer window because we've got that new owner. And if we just look at our finances, we're in good shape. So I think that's good. I think it's quite good that we're going to have a little bit of money. I was a little bit worried that it was going to be a ridiculous tycoon like Malaga had last time. And then we'd have like 300 million to spend. But hopefully he will allow us to maximise the last owners. In FM, we're really tight with the money. But now we're in the Liga. Can we kick on? This was an interesting graphic as well to see how far we're off. I think the dream now of the series is, can we outdo the 2 big clubs? Can we be bigger than Real Madrid and Barcelona? We've got a long way to go based off that graphic. And one thing I think is always good to see where you're most likely to finish, you know, generally a lot of the time, is on the salary. And our salary is 19th, 16.09 million, 6 million off third from bottom Las Palmas. Real Madrid, 260. Obviously, Barcelona are struggling still financially a little bit, so they've got a little bit of work to do. Have we made any improvements to the staff? I think we probably... Oh, sorry. Stop. B team. The dream was to get the B team playing in the 4th tier, and they've done it. They are now in the game in the 4th tier, which is massive for us as a club that are wanting to really promote youth. And now I can really actually physically watch these in the game, and they've started really well. So there they are, Malaga B. Played 3-1-3 in the 4th tier, which does mean now that I've put players that played for us a little bit last year. Enrique Rojas is in there. And also Antonio Cordero, who played a couple of games for us last season. I think he will have a really good season in the B team. So there we go. Now, as I said, we have got the B team going. The under-19s are obviously going to be really strong as well. We've got loads of players. If you would like to see a video just purely based on the Malaga of tomorrow, the future, in terms of everything that's coming through, then let me know. By the way, as well, Kevin Schlotterbeck, who is Schlotterbeck's other brother, we got on a temporary deal last season, is out on loan and is just in the 19, so he's away from the first team squad, basically. So he's there. The under-19s are looking exceptionally strong, along with our B team. Standout player at the moment looks like our 17-year-old fullback in Paul. You know, these players are going to kick on so much. We do need to still work on the staff a little bit. Still need to get some coaches in. It's been difficult. People would rather manage and coach the under-19s than the B team, which is a little bit weird. I don't find that realistic, especially now it's in the game, but I will work on that over the next few weeks in terms of getting players in and coaches in. We have got Juanfran Funes in charge of the B team at the moment, so not too bad. We've also brought in Tim Janssen as well in the summer, so a decent assistant manager for him. With Christian Green, a decent coach, and Sebastian Artiz, a decent coach as well. So we're not actually looking too bad in there. We don't need a scout. We need a head physio by the looks of it, though, as well. Our staff, we've brought in a couple of new scouts as well, in particular Daishi Nagamisha. Not great, but he is now scouting in Japan. We've also brought in a set piece coach as well, who's really good, 16 set pieces. And we've also brought in Conte's brother, who I'm not sure his statistics deserve this, but he is actually really good in the game. So yeah, we've brought him into the coaching staff. Things are looking okay. I'm a little bit nervous. Do I think we'll get relegated? No. Is it going to be a troubling season? Potentially, yes. But you guys in the chat on tonight, just make sure that we keep to this philosophy. Let's play it out. Hopefully, we can get some clean sheets. That would be good, and we'll get better as the season progresses. All right, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. See you tonight, YouTube, 9 p.m, Malaga Live. Yeah, should be good. Take care. See you later.